tornado in South Dakota. But it's obviously making you react this way, and I think that the best thing to do would be to talk about it. So why don't you, please, just let me go. We can sit down and we can talk about it. Don't make another mistake. It's just going to add to your guilt. Thank you.
No!
I just want to answer the phone.
I don't want anybody interrupting us. Once you've heard what happened to Jenny, you'll turn on me too, just like all the rest.
Man, oh man, I'm telling you, it's a good thing it's quiet here tonight. But with AM duty, and wedding, and now ER shift, my goodness.
How's Lila doing?
She's fine. The swelling's down, and she's home arrested.
How could she get any rest with Brian to look after?
Oh, Brian's a piece of cake, besides Craig's with him.
Was Emily there?
Why?
Oh, I just wondered.
Wait, speaking of which, where's John? I thought he was supposed to be here tonight, too.
Lucinda called in and said he had a personal emergency. He signed out till morning.
Sorry to break up the coffee clutch, but we have a stab wound that just came in. Who wants
I'll
it?
take it. Where is he? 4?
Ma! Are you busy? Hi. Hi. Well, Casey just said that Craig was at home. I thought you two were joined at the hip these days.
Well, we're even closer than that now.
Why? What do you mean?
I won! All my plans, they worked. Craig is buying back Montgomery Associates, and I have been made a full partner.
Well, I'd better get a bed ready in ICU. Tonio's gonna need it when he hears about this.
Hello, Meg.
I didn't expect you until morning.
I couldn't wait that long to see you. Not after the talk I had with Dr. Hartley.
I don't understand. Did Dr. Hartley release you?
No, I didn't wait around for the formalities. I just left. It's ironic that I should find you in the nursery.
I was just checking on the progress that Shannon's workman made. I was going to call her in the morning.
Good. When you call her, tell her she's fired. I'm not going to spend my money to furnish a nursery for another man's child.
Brought to you today by Crisco Vegetable Oil for today's healthy appetites.
What are you talking about? You know I'm carrying your child.
Not according to Dr. Hartley. According to him, I'm infertile.
You're what?
You heard me.
No, but if that's true, then it's because of the bleeding.
It's a condition I've had since birth.
It's impossible.
That child that you're carrying isn't mine.
No. No, it's a mistake in the lab. It happens all the
They
time.
repeated the test, Meg. It came out exactly the same each time.
It has to be your child.
Well, if you don't believe me, why don't you call Dr. Hartley? I'm sure he could explain the situation much more clearly than I can.
Fine. Fine, I'll call him right now because this whole thing is crazy.
Spare yourself the humiliation. I got it covered for you. I told him that we had been separated for a time, that you were with someone else, and that you had already confessed to me that this child wasn't.
Is it a test? Well, this time you've gone too far, Tonio. I'm getting out. I'm leaving.
You're not going anywhere until you tell me who the father is.
I've already told you. You're the father.
It's Rod, isn't it? It's Rod, right? You're carrying his bastard on you.
Honey, that all sounds peachy, but let's be realistic for a moment. Are you really up to a three-way partnership with your ex-hubby?
I'm really not worried about that. The whole relationship will be business. Who knows? Maybe Holden and I will become friends again.
What about Craig?
What about Craig?
Well, I mean, where do things stand with him?
We're friends. Craig respects me. He's never lied to me.
Well, What about Tonio? How did he take the news?
Tonio doesn't know about the partnership yet. Look, Craig came in and he surprised us at Tom and Marco's. I didn't expect it. I wish you were there. Lucinda just got done offering me this trainee thing at Walsh. Like I was going to accept it. And then Craig walks in and gives us the news. Lucinda's mouth opened. Her jaw dropped to the floor.
I'll bet.
I wish you weren't working. We could go to the Mona Lisa and celebrate.
Well, why aren't you out celebrating with Craig?
He's got to spend some time with Bryant. He really makes me feel special. He's a good friend.
Well, honey, I'm really happy for you, but I just can't help but wonder what's going to happen when you have to face Tonio. He is not to be underestimated as an enemy, do you know?
I'm not afraid of Tonio Reyes. I'll prove it.
How?
I will march right into his room and I'll tell him the good news. That's how.
Oh, come on.
Joe! Yes!
Hey.
No, don't kid around.
Have either of you two seen Pam?
No, I didn't see
No, not lately.
No, I just got back from Chicago and I called everywhere and I couldn't get a hold of her. I was a little worried. I knew you were shorthanded here, so
I haven't seen her since this afternoon, I think.
Dr. Stewart.
Yes.
I think this patient's going to need sutures. Would you like to take a
Oh,
look?
sure. Hi, I'm Dr. Stewart. What happened here?
Took a fall down a flight of steps. I cut my arm on a piece of glass.
No problem. We'll have you fixed up in no time.
Only thing is, I just got into town and I don't think I can afford to pay.
Well, we'll worry about that after we stop the bleeding. Follow me.
What are you thinking about?
I hope the ER is as lucky for that kid as it was for me. It was right here as a patient when I first met Pam.
Spence, I'm asking you nicely. Please, just let me go.
You said you wanted to hear the story, right? Right? I'm telling you. I met Jenny back at Willow Lake, South Dakota. I worked for her dad at the grain elevators. The family took to me right away. Pretty soon, Jenny and I started seeing each other after work. She got me to talk about myself. I really started to open up with her.
Did you tell her about Richie?
I tried, but she shied off. She didn't want to hear anything bad about me. She wanted me to be
Well,
perfect.
it's probably because she was really in love with you.
Things were going so well, but till this grain stands.
What happened?
A couple of hands, they had a bottle, and I started drinking. It made me relax. I felt freer than I had since Richie died. I wanted to hang on to that feeling, so I drank some more. I told her I loved her, and I started kissing her, but I started to get carried away. She kept saying no, but things got out of hand. They just kept getting out of hand.
Spence, it was probably the alcohol that made you behave that way. I mean, some people just don't respond well to alcohol.
But what I did to Jenny...
It's okay.
I never thought I'd feel that way about anybody ever again. Until I met you.
Thank you.
Boy, look at that moon up there. Looks like a big old jack-o'-lantern hanging up there in the sky.
Ah, it's beautiful. So why aren't you down by the pond walking with Iva instead of standing here with me?
Because I like standing here with you. Because you're leaving tomorrow, and I want to soak up as many pearls of wisdom as I can before you go.
Really, what for? You never pay any attention to them.
I do so.
You do not. I mean, look at you. I've been telling you for days to get everything out in the open with Iva. You know, before you make a slip and it's too late, like I almost did tonight with that photograph of Holden. Well, can you imagine how Emma and Iva are going to feel if they know you have any designs for Lily? Will you just put that scheme right out of your head, along with the plan to develop the farm?
Look, I got rid of that idea about Lily, thanks to you, and unfortunately, Lucinda's making it very difficult for me to give up the plan for the Snyder development.
So you may just have to make a choice, you know? You know, Kirk, I really hate the Kirk who puts making money and winning above everything else in his life.
Yeah, Iva calls that my evil twin.
Yeah, well, Iva's right. Why don't you just exercise that Kirk once and for all and tell Iva the truth about Lenore, please. Please do it before it's too late.
What was Meg calling about?
Well, she wanted to talk to Seth, and I don't know, she sounded very upset, like she'd been crying or something, Mama.
You know, I think there's something terribly wrong going on between her and Antonio. I really do.
For heaven's sakes, now why don't you all just go back into the parlor? Kirk and I are going to tackle those dishes.
Absolutely not. You're our guests.
Oh, well, I
Absolutely
want to be more than that. I mean, you've all made me feel like one of the family.
Oh, I'm glad.
What on earth is in your mouth?
Dracula fine. It's a full moon. Let's go for a walk.
Only if you guys come with me, please.
Tell me,
Okay.
ladies.
Mr. Anderson.
Yeah?
I need your help here.
Why me?
Oh, because you're so cute.
Caleb or Dracula. Lily, why don't you just go on ahead? I'll be along. I just want to talk to Iva for a few minutes.
Okay, Susan.
This is a lovely young woman. Makes me wish I'd had a child of my own.
Kirk told me that you were married.
Yes, not exactly a love match. I see my parents arranged it, really. Clarence was the manager of our business, and I guess we were happy enough. I thought so until a certain young executive came along.
Kirk.
Uh-huh. He came into the business, and he was just breathing fire, and he was bursting with plans, and I bought every single one of them. After about 6 months, he began delivering on all his promises, and we began falling in love. At least, I was. And so I thought I should do the honorable thing, and I divorced Clarence. And I took back my maiden name.
And how did your husband feel about that?
Well, you know, actually, I think he was relieved. Anyway, Kirk and I had 3 wonderful years. A little bumpy, perhaps, but then nothing is ever smooth where Kirk is involved.
Tell me about it.
I'm glad you understand that part of Kirk, Iva. Because, you know, you may be in for a few real good bumps, and I just don't know if you may come out of that.
Would you mind telling me what ended your relationship? Because I asked you that one time before and you weren't able to answer.
Oh, well, I suppose, I mean, the challenge of Fitzgibbon Limited wasn't just enough for Kirk. You know, he wanted to move on, and he never really loved me the way I loved him. And so I set him free. And I'm very glad I did, because I really don't think we'd be such good friends today if I hadn't. I hope, Iva, you and I can be friends.
I don't see why not.
Good.
Go.
Hey, now, would you please tell me exactly what you are up to right now?
Well, I thought that we should give your lady friends a chance to compare notes.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's fair.
Oh, you don't, do you?
Mm-mm.
How did you ever find a boss as nice as Atwt?
Well, truth is, she was more than just my boss. We were lovers. Does that shock you?
No, but it shocks me that you should think it would shock me.
Well, it shocks me that you're not shocked, quite frankly.
What's so funny?
Oh, little town and country humor, you know.
I'll get it. Hello?
Iva, it's me.
Oh, hi. Where are you?
I'm at my mom's in Kansas. I just got here. Is Lily there?
Oh, no. She just went for a walk.
Damn it. How's Meg?
I don't know. I do know that she and Antonio had a talk. Antonio's going to be released from the hospital tomorrow.
You didn't tell her what I told you, did you?
Of course not. I told you I wouldn't.
Good. Because I know how much she wants her marriage to work out. But I tell you, I miss her something awful already.
Antonio, please let me go.
Tell me the truth.
Josh can't be the father.
What do you mean, can't? He proved his fertility years ago when he raped Iva and fathered Lily.
How can you be so cruel?
Cruel? You betrayed me, Meg. Oh, are you trying to tell me that Rod raped you as well?
Oh, you're disgusting.
You know, I'm finally beginning to understand the nature of this friendship with him. I guess I should have seen it long ago, but I never would have thought you'd turn to an animal like that. Meg, there's a whole nother side of you I've never seen before.
He's not an animal. He'd never treat me the way you're treating me right now.
When did it happen? Well, it's easy enough to count back. You're due in...
Stop it! Stop it! Josh would never hurt me!
What are you saying? He's protecting you now? Well, if Josh isn't the father, then who is? Or don't you know? How many have there been, Meg?
Oh, how dare you accuse me of such a thing!
I have a right to know who the father of that bastard
No, you
is.
gave up those rights the day you started your affair with Emily.
Spence, why don't we go up to Rosa and maybe she can make us something to eat and it'll make you feel better, okay?
Let me finish! Let me finish! Once I realized what I'd done, I knew it was unforgivable. So I ran. But I couldn't get Jenny out of my mind. I finally had to come back. When I got to Willow Lake, she and her folks were gone. All I found was a letter waiting for me at the boarding house where I'd stayed. It was from Jenny. And she wrote it just before she killed herself. Why did she have to... She loved me. I know she loved me. She said so in her letter. Why'd she have to kill herself? Why?
I don't know. I wish I could help you, but I can't. I think that you need some professional help. I told you about Dr. Michaels, right? She's helped a lot of people that I know. I know she can help you. Just let me call her, okay?
No! No, I'm never gonna let them put me away again. No, nobody else has to know about this.
Okay.
It was a mistake ever telling you. No, I'll never tell anyone else, and neither will you.
I won't.
Is it because of Meg?
I gotta get out of here or I'm gonna ruin her life, too.
How could you do that?
Because I love her. I really love her.
Josh,
Hi.
what's going on? I just saw all that luggage in your car. How long do you plan on staying, huh?
As long as you need me, Mom.
Honey, my life's never been better. What about yours?
I gotta rethink my plans from here. I've left Oakdale for good.
What, because of Betsy?
Betsy's one reason, but I've been thinking about a lot of things, and it's better for people if I go.
But you've made so much progress.
Yeah.
I mean, you were making a real life for yourself. What changed?
I told you, Mama, there's a lot of people that can't get past what happened between me and Iva.
Josh, you're not telling me something. Hmm? We don't need any secrets. You can tell me everything.
This fight's the worst thing that could have happened.
I'm not keeping any secrets, Mom. It's just better for a lot of people if I'm gone.
Oh, Josh.
What's wrong, Mom?
That was just what your father said before he left me.
You're not going to distract me with accusations about Emily.
Holden saw you and Emily together at their condo.
If Holden had seen us together, he would have gone berserk.
He didn't do anything because of me. Seth, too.
Oh, you're grasping at straws now, Meg.
Oh, come on, Antonio. All of Oakdale knew. Betsy guessed. Josh. Pam. They all told me to leave you months ago.
Everyone that you've mentioned would do anything they could to discredit me. And they know how paranoid you are, ready to believe any rumor.
They're not just rumors. I heard it straight from the horse's mouth. You see, Emily insisted on telling me herself.
She did, eh?
You can't imagine how humiliating it was to hear all the gory details about your affair from your ex-mistress. To have to suffer her pity and her sympathy. But I did. I took it all because I was fighting for my marriage, because I loved you. What a pathetic fool I was. But the last straw came today, when I found out you were in Isabella's suite when Josh beat you up.
I never set foot in...
Don't lie to me! Josh wouldn't tell me where it happened. But one of the paramedics did. It's over, Tonio. Our marriage is over. The only reason why I came back here was to pack my clothes and get out of here. I thought I'd be out of here before you came back. But since I'm not, I'll just send my brothers to come and get my things.
Come back here, Meg.
No!
Meg! Meg, I want an answer, and I want it now. Who is the father of that child?
All right, it's Josh. I turned to him because of Emily and the horrible way you were treating me. I'm glad, because now I know my child doesn't have you for a father.
We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Meg.
Oh.
Meg, don't move.
Oh.
Don't move. I'll get an ambulance.
Oh, Josh. I want Josh. Oh.
Yes, I need an ambulance. The address is 120 East Shore Drive, penthouse apartment. The name is Reyes.
My baby.
Mom?
Hmm?
You mentioned my father earlier.
Yes.
I don't know that much about him, and I've never really asked you because every time I bring it up, I can see that it's really painful for you, so...
You have a right to know. Father was a very special man. At least I thought he was. Because he was a drifter. He worked for over a year on my parents' farm. Whenever I'd take food and drink out to the farmhands, I'd see him watching me. And after a while, I realized I was watching him. One day, I went out to the orchard, and he was sitting there against a tree reading a book. The afternoon sun came down through the trees and lay across his hair, making it all dappled. He was a handsome man. Well, we got talking, and I asked him what he was reading. It was a book about science. And that's when I realized he was different from all the other hands, you know. He had a real education, and he had big plans for the future. Well, I used to love to hear him talk about those plans. Pretty soon, we just spent all our free time together.
How'd your folks feel about that?
Oh, they didn't like it one little bit. We had to sneak out. We had a favorite place for meeting. It was on a knoll overlooking the cornfields. We used to meet there in the evening. It's where we first made love.
What happened?
Well, your grandparents found a letter your father had written to me. Of course, they were furious. They chased him off our land with a shotgun. He wanted me to go with him, but I was scared. I begged him to stay, and try to make peace with the folks. He said he couldn't. He just wouldn't fit in.
Do you think it was an excuse and he really wanted to leave?
No. I think he loved me. That was the last time I ever saw him. Then a few weeks later, I realized I was expecting a baby.
Did you ever call him or try to get in touch with him, tell him that you were pregnant?
I wrote to him once at the only address that we knew. It was at his uncle's place in Texas. Then one of the hands said that his uncle had died, and so I don't think Rod ever got that letter. Never knew he had a son.
Wish I'd known all of this earlier. Might have made things a lot easier between me and you.
To this very day, I feel so guilty about every choice I made.
What do you mean, Mom?
If only I'd been brave enough not to marry Henry out of fear. If I'd been courageous enough to raise a child on my own. A child needs to be raised with love. That's why I hate to see you turn your back on Lily.
I'm not turning my back on Lily, Mom. I'm always gonna love Lily. It's just better right now if I'm not living in that town.
Hello? Well, hello there. But we were just talking about you. Hang on. It's Lily.
Hello.
Iva said you called and asked for me. I got your letter. I don't understand it. Are you okay?
I don't want any trouble, Farrell. Sorry, Spence, I'm not going anywhere. Farrell, don't play games with me! I killed my own brother, I'll kill again if I have to! I don't think so. I've been watching you carefully ever since you first hit town. You may be dangerous, Spence, but only to yourself. No, I'm warning you. I'm warning you. You're not gonna hurt Pam. Because I know how much that you care about her. And I know what happened when Holden attacked you. I couldn't figure it out then, but now I know. You won't fight because you're afraid of all the anger that's bottled up inside you and you're afraid to unleash it. But Spence, you've got that under control now, and that is good, man. And with the help of your friends, you can come to terms with that, and then you can get rid of it once and for all. I don't have any friends. Yes, you do. What are you talking about? Pam's your friend. And I'd like to be. We'll stand beside you, okay? All you have to do is trust yourself. Now just let go of her, okay? Just let go.
Those sutures are going to have to come out in about a week to 10 days. I want you to make an appointment for a follow-up, okay?
Okay. Thanks, Doc.
Sure. Take care. Emily, you're still here.
Hi, yeah. I'm too excited to go home, and you're the only person who knows my news.
Oh, well, why don't you call Betsy? I'm sure she'd be glad to hear all about it.
She's probably with Seth. These two are very serious now.
Maybe. But you're the one who caught the bouquet.
Yes, I did.
Susan, I don't get something.
What?
I just talked to the charge nurse on 3. She said Tonio's gone. He left without an official release.
Are you serious? I'm one of his doctors. Why wasn't I notified?
I don't know.
He probably just freaked out after Jessica and Craig went to see him.
What do you mean?
Oh, you didn't hear. Craig is buying back Montgomery & Associates. He finally has the capital to do it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Isn't that terrific?
I left the house right while he was coming in. He must have told lie by now, huh?
Well, I don't know, but I sure wish I was there to see the scene with Tonio.
Oh, you and me both. I bet Craig's at cloud 9.
I bet he is.
Uh-oh, excuse me. Oh, Meg.
Meg!
All right, what happened?
What happened?
Would somebody please do something? She might lose the baby.
All right, hold on a second. How long has she been like that? All right, we're going to need a fetal monitor.
Fetal scope.
Right. Come on, let's go in there, fellas. Around the corner. Come on, let's go.
I'm going to need some information. Are you the husband?
I'll take care of it, Vaughn. Thank you. What happened, Tonio?
She fell on the stairs at the penthouse. Look, if the baby isn't all right, Meg is going to be devastated.
Don't panic. Meg is in good health. You have not been officially discharged from this hospital. What were you doing at the penthouse?
That was Craig's doing.
Craig?
Yes, Craig and Jessica came to my room and told me that they were buying the business back from me.
That's still no excuse for you leaving this hospital.
I was worried about Meg. I didn't want her to find out about that from somebody else and overreact.
Is that what happened?
No, she took that news fine. She just fell. She fell down and she hurt herself. Well, can I go with her? Can I be with her?
No. I'll keep you posted.
Antonio.
I warned you that this would happen with Craig.
I'm not worried about the company. I am worried about Meg. When I saw her lying there, all the memories of my miscarriage came back.
Meg and the baby are going to be fine.
Well, I hope so, because I care about her.
Oh, that's a joke. If you really cared about Meg, you wouldn't have broken your promise and told her about us.
I still don't understand why you had to leave.
Lily, please don't be upset with me. I promise I'm gonna write, I'm gonna phone, but I just need to start a new life for myself. I'll always be there when you need me, and you can come and visit as soon as I get settled in, okay?
You know, I still don't understand what that check you gave me was all about.
Look, you don't have to understand. The important thing is to pay back Lucinda as soon as possible.
I think this is one of the silliest jack-o'-lanterns I've ever seen.
Don't say that in front of Kirk. He made it all by himself.
Oh, really? Well, you know, being at this farm and being with all of you, Kirk has become a different man.
I love you. I'll talk to you soon, I hope. Bye.
I don't think that was very good.
Okay, ladies, what are you talking about? My ears are burning.
No, nothing that would interest you at all.
Likely story.
I'm so glad I got a chance to know your family, and I hope I can return the favor if any of you ever come to Boston.
Why, thank you, and just know that you're always welcome here, please.
Oh, thank you, Emma, for everything.
You know, I was thinking maybe I could get to see you when I go back east to visit my father.
I would like that, Iva.
You know, I hate to be a wet blanket here, but I think we better hit the road. You still have to pack, and I've got to get some sleep so I can wake up at the crack of dawn and give you a ride to the airport.
I know. I just hate this evening to end.
Oh, so do I.
Thank you, Emma.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Iva, be sure and give me a call if Kirk gets out of hand. I mean, between the two of us, we'll keep him alive.
Definitely.
Wait a minute. No,
Thank you for my beautiful flowers.
Thank you, guys.
Buckle up now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Look, I'll just wait in the car for you, okay?
Oh,
Bye, Iva.
she's a very wonderful lady.
Yep, she sure is. So are you.
Oh, thanks.
You know, I'm really worried about Meg. I think I should give her a call.
And Mama, Meg can take care of herself, all right?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, Iva, you know, I really like that lady.
Yeah, you know, she's more down to earth than most of the rich women I've known.
Talking about Lucinda?
Well, I think I'm going to go upstairs and check out that novel that you took out from the library today, if you're not going to read it.
No, I've got something I want to write. I've got an idea for a story. I'm going to go in the parlor and write.
Okay. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Sleep well.
Lily, you seem kind of down. Does it have anything to do with that phone call you made to Josh?
I'm going to miss him.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You kind of get used to having somebody around, and then all of a sudden, they're gone. But you know, I think you have to keep going. That's what life's all about. It's just trying to keep up with the changes and try not to go crazy.
Spence, are you okay?
I'm scared. It's okay, man. I understand. I'll see how anybody can. Look, I don't know all the details of your story, but I do know that it's obvious that you're ready to deal with the guilt and all the pain that you've been feeling. I have a sister who's really troubled like you are right now. It's one of the first things I noticed when we first met. It's also why I was so concerned. But now I realize that there's a big difference. My sister did not want to deal with the reality of what she'd done. But you're dealing with that. You're trying to come to grips with what you've been feeling. The trouble that you've been going through. The fact that you told Pam your story is proof of that. still doesn't change the facts. No. But I know that you're going to be able to work through this if you let us help you. If you let us get you the help that you need. Will you let us do that? Will you let Pam call Dr. Michaels? All right.
Hi, Dr. Michaels. This is Pam Wagner. I have a friend here who needs to see you right away.
It's too soon to tell if there's any serious problem with the baby, but we're running some tests. Meg's suffering some pain, but that's not surprising considering her fall.
Has she asked for me?
No. But she's in shock. She hasn't said much of anything. I'll let you know when there's anything definite to report.
Tonio, we have to talk. Tonio, don't you turn your back on me.
Emily, I trusted you. As a business partner, as a friend, and as a lover. How do you repay me? You betray me on every count.
I told you the
Who
truth.
gave you a job in this town when nobody would take you seriously? Who gave you comfort and sympathy when Holden shunned you? I did. And what do? You turn on me and my wife.
Look, all I did
Look,
was
I don't want to hear about it. All right? I warned you that this would happen with Craig, that he would use you to get his company back, and now he has. Well, I'm not worried for me. I'll survive. I always have. But you're going to pay for this. I'll see that no reputable firm ever hires you.
You can stop with your threats right now, Tonio. Craig didn't use me. I got exactly what I wanted.
And what was that?
I've been made a full partner with Montgomery & Associates, along with Craig and Holden.
Has anybody notified the Snyders yet?
I don't know. I'm sure if Tonio called them, they'd be here by now. Look, I'll take care of it, okay? Tonio.
Will you stay away from me?
Look, I just want to find out if you've called Meg's family.
No, not yet.
Well, I think you better contact them now. I wouldn't want to be in your shoes if they find out any other way. I'm going to tell you something else, Tonio. I know you. And if your story about that fall isn't the truth, and you laid one hand on Meg, if Holden and Seth find out, they'll kill you. Fine, you don't want to make the call, I will.
You mind your own
Get your hands
business.
off me.
And just when I started to get to know my father, he decides to leave. It's
Well,
not fair, Caleb.
At least he's alive. You can get to him whenever you want. I was real young when my father died.
I've seen pictures of him. You look a lot like him.
Yeah, so they say. Say I'm a lot like him in other ways, too.
What do you mean?
Well, they said he was kind of a dreamer. Not real practical or successful.
So? The world needs dreamers, Caleb. What do you mean he wasn't successful? He kept his farm going in the worst of times. He had a beautiful family, and he made your mother very happy.
Hey, this was his favorite song. I used to, you know, wake up at night from a bad dream or something and come down and get something to eat, and there they would be dancing. Mom always said he was an amazing dancer.
Did you take after your father on the dance floor, too?
Well, why don't you just come on up here and see, huh? I won't step on your toes, I promise.
I might step on yours.
I'll chance it.
Oh, you want to cut in?
No, I was just going to return this towel, but well, here, let me
Not disturbing
get the
anything,
phone.
no worries.
Shall I continue?
Hello?
I've It's Tonio. I don't want to alarm you, but there's been an accident.
It's Meg, isn't it? Where is she?
I brought her to Memorial. We're in the emergency room.
What happened?
She took a bad fall.
How's she doing?
Well, pulse is normal. BP's 110/70.
Have you checked again for the fetal heartbeat?
Yeah, it's a little thready, but it's still there. Let's see that.
Josh. Josh, I need you. Somebody get me Josh.
Stay tuned for Guiding Light, next on most of these CBS stations. Jewelry by Monet. Join us tomorrow for As the World Turns.